stressing out about your DMV test? Well, never fear, Permit Quiz Liz, that's me, is here. Which of these is a legal U-turn? A, 150 feet away from a hill or curve. B, on a highway where there is an opening for a turn. Or C, over 2 sets of double yellow lines in the roadway. The correct answer is B, on a highway where there is an opening for a turn. You can make a legal U-turn, 1, across a double yellow line when it is safe and legal. 2, in residential district, if there are no vehicles approaching you within 200 feet, and whenever a traffic sign protects you from approaching vehicles. 3, at an intersection on a green light or a green arrow, unless a no U-turn sign is posted. And 4, on a divided highway only if an opening is provided in the center divider. Generally speaking, you are in a large truck's blind spot if you A, drive close to the large truck's left front wheel, B, cannot see the truck driver in the truck's side mirrors, or C, follow no closer than 10 feet behind the large truck. The correct answer is B, cannot see the truck driver in the truck's side mirrors. When passing a large truck, you will be in the truck driver's blind spot or no zone if you can't see the truck driver in the truck's side mirrors. If you can't see them, they can't see you. And trust me, you don't want to drive in his no zone any longer than you have to. If a large truck changes lanes into you, needless to say, you'll come out of the situation a loser every time. And this is a fairly tough question with more people answering wrong with A. If you are next to the driver's left front wheel, you should be clear of the no zone and they should be able to see you without too much effort. Which way should your front wheels be turned when parked uphill next to a curb? A, away from the curb, B, parallel to the curb, or C, toward the curb. Correct answer is A, away from the curb. When curbside parking headed uphill, turn your front wheels away from the curb and let your vehicle roll back a few inches. The vehicle should then gently catch on the curb. With any curbside parking questions, just remember this and you'll do great. 1, uphill with a curb, turn wheels away from the curb. 2, all other situations, turn wheels towards the curb. You can also use this little rhyme to help it sink into your head. With a curb up, it's up, up, and away, or else turn your wheels the opposite way. At intersections, crosswalks, and railroad crossings, you should always A, stop, listen, and proceed if you cannot hear anything. B, look to the sides of your vehicle, or C, concentrate on oncoming traffic. Correct answer is B, look to the sides of your vehicle. Anytime you come to a place where people may cross or enter your path of travel, or one line of traffic meets another, you should look to the left and right sides of your vehicle to make sure no one is coming. Always look to each side at intersections, crosswalks, and railroad crossings. It is illegal to leave a child 6 years of age or younger unattended in a motor vehicle. A, when the keys are in the ignition. B, if the child is with a 12-year-old brother or sister. Or C, on a cold, rainy day and all the windows are closed. The correct answer is A, when the keys are in the ignition. California Vehicle Code makes it illegal for a child 6 years of age or younger to be left unattended in a motor vehicle without the supervision of someone who is 12 years or older when there are conditions that present a significant risk to the child's health or safety, like extreme heat, and when the vehicle's engine is running and or the vehicle's key is in the ignition. Therefore, answer A is the correct choice because it is illegal, not to mention dangerous. Many students mistakenly pick answer B, but as we just discussed, parents can leave their 6-year-old in the car as long as they are being supervised by someone 12 years of age or older. Where should you stop your vehicle if there is no crosswalk or limit line? A, just past the corner, B, at the corner, or C, 20 feet before the corner. Correct answer is B, at the corner. Whenever you see a stop sign, stop before entering the crosswalk or at the white limit line, which is a white line painted on the street. If a crosswalk or limit line is not painted on the street, then just stop at the corner. When should you use your headlights? A, anytime you have trouble seeing others or being seen. B, 1 hour before sunset until 1 hour after sunrise. Or C, anytime you can't see at least 2 miles ahead. The correct answer for this one is A, anytime you have trouble seeing others or being seen.
Per California Vehicle Code 24400, a motor vehicle must be operated with lighted headlamps during darkness or inclement weather.
What the heck is inclement weather? Inclement weather technically occurs anytime you need to keep your windshield wipers on constantly or whenever road conditions prevent you from clearly seeing a person or another car from a distance of 1,000 feet. All right, but let's get back to helping you pass the test. Just remember this little rhyme. Forgetting to use your headlights is trouble. It is ever so mean anytime you have trouble seeing others or trouble being seen. You must notify the DMV within 5 days if you A, are cited for a traffic violation, B, sell or transfer your vehicle, or C, paint your vehicle a different color. Correct answer is B, sell or transfer your vehicle. Once again, another question and answer you just need to pound into your brain. When you sell or transfer a vehicle, report it to the DMV within 5 days. You can complete the notice of transfer and release liability online. Try to remember it this way. If you sell, you have 5 days to tell. The DMV, that is. To make a right turn onto a two-way street from a two-way street, start in the right-hand lane and end in A, the lane closest to the curb, B, the left lane, or C, any lane that is available. Correct answer is A, the lane closest to the curb. When turning right onto a two-way street, always finish in the rightmost lane or the lane closest to the curb. 10% of students choose the wrong answer, B, and my best guess is that they have trouble visualizing the situation. For questions like this, it helps to picture the situation like this. If you're the white car here and you want to turn right, it seems pretty obvious that you want to end up in the lane closest to the curb. If you have trouble remembering that, then just take a page out of the classic book Cheat Sheet Two-Way Street from Dr. Driving Seuss. When you go right, finish in the lane closest to the curb. When you go left, finish in any open lane you observe. When should you yield your legal right-of-way? A, often, even at controlled intersections. B, never, it confuses other drivers. Or C, when it helps prevent accidents. Correct answer is C, when it helps prevent accidents. Don't put yourself in harm's way, even if you feel you have the legal right-of-way. Yield to other vehicles if it will help prevent an accident, and never assume that other drivers will give you the right-of-way. Being a courteous driver will help you stay safe from accidents and potential road rage. If there are two solid lines in the center of the roadway, you A, may cross the lines to turn left into a private driveway, B, on a two-lane one-way street, or C, should treat the lines as a solid wall and not cross for any reason. The correct answer is A, may cross the lines to turn left into a private driveway. Two solid yellow lines means no passing. Never drive to the left of these lines unless you are turning left at an intersection, turning into or out of a private road or driveway, in a carpool lane that has a designated entrance on the left, or instructed to drive on the other side of the road because your side is closed or blocked. Well, why do so many students get this question wrong? Because they confuse two solid lines with two sets of solid double yellow lines, which would actually be 4 solid lines or a double-double. While you can't ever cross over a set of double-double solid lines, you can cross over 2 single solid lines to turn left into a private driveway. Safely backing your vehicle includes all of the following except A, looking over your right shoulder as you back up, B, checking behind your vehicle before you get in, or C, tapping your horn before you back up. Correct answer is C, tapping your horn before you back up. This question can cause students trouble because they often miss the keyword except. That means you need to select the choice that is the bad answer, but many students rush through and select one of the good answers. Backing up is always dangerous because it is hard to see behind your vehicle. Always check behind the car before even getting into the car, especially for children. Also important while backing up, glancing in your mirrors and looking over both shoulders. You especially want to pay attention over your right shoulder So make sure you select C because safely backing your vehicle does not usually include tapping your horn before you back up. You were in a collision which caused more than $1,000 worth of damage. You must report the collision within 10 days to A, the DMV, B, the CHP, or C, your insurance company. Correct answer is A, the DMV. Every driver involved in a collision must file a report of traffic accident occurring in California with the DMV within 10 days if there is more than $1,000 in property damage or an injury or even a death resulting from the collision. You can have your license suspended if you fail to do so. The key things to remember that will help you ace these collision-related questions are: 1. You report collisions to the DMV when there's $1,000 or more of estimated damage. And 2, the 10-day rule applies to how long you have to report the collision to the DMV. So try to think of it like this: 10 days to tell the DMV when $1,000 of damage. It is illegal for a person under 21 years of age to drive with a blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, that is blank or more. A, 0.01%, B, 0.08%, or C, 0.05%. The correct answer is A, 0.01%. The key to this question is focusing on a person under 21 years. There is a zero tolerance for alcohol use if you are under 21. And if you drive even with a little bit of alcohol in your system when you're under the legal drinking age, you may lose your license, have your driving privilege suspended, be turned over to the juvenile authorities, or have your parents contacted. However, 1 out of every 4 students are mistakenly choosing B, 0.08%, but a BAC of 0.08% is the limit for legal age drinkers, not those under 21. When driving in the far right lane of a freeway, you A, should expect merging vehicles at on-ramps, B, must be driving slower than other traffic, or C, must give the right-of-way to merging traffic. Correct answer is A, should expect merging vehicles at on-ramps. On the freeway, the most hectic lane with the most accidents is the far right lane. Now, why is that? Well, because the far right lane is typically where everyone is merging onto and off of the freeway. There's a lot of lane changing and speed variation happening in that far right lane, so we recommend not driving there unless you are preparing to exit the freeway. And when you do drive in the far right lane, always expect and prepare for merging vehicles at on-ramps. You may legally drive in any freeway carpool lane if A, you carry the minimum number of persons shown on the sign, B, all of the other lanes are stopped with heavy traffic, or C, it is between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. The correct answer is A, you carry the minimum number of persons shown in the sign. A carpool lane or diamond lane or HOV lane is a special freeway lane only for motorcycles, buses, and carpools. There will be a sign at the on-ramp or along the road to tell you the minimum number of people required to be in a carpool lane. If the carpool lane has restrictions during certain hours, that will also be listed on a sign. Hundreds of students this year choose the wrong answer, B. Well, it is tempting to use the carpool lane when all of the normal lanes are stopped with bumper-to-bumper traffic. Not only is this an illegal lane violation, but it's also really dangerous to move into a free-flowing lane from a lane of stopped traffic. Which child requires a child passenger restraint system? A, a 6-year-old who is 4'10", B, an 8-year-old who is 4'9", or C, a 7-year-old who is 4'7". Correct answer is C, a 7-year-old who is 4'7". Any child under the age of 8 years and less than 4 feet 9 inches tall must be secured in a federally approved child passenger restraint system and ride in the backseat of the vehicle. 30% of students get this wrong. To get it right, you have to memorize these 2 important numbers when it comes to kids who need car seats. 1, the child must be under 8 years old, and then 2, the child must be less than 4 feet 9 inches tall. That leaves us with C as the only possible answer, a child who is both younger than 8 and less than 4 feet 9 inches. Now that's a kid you can put in a car seat. You are driving at night on a dimly lit street and using high beams. You should dim your lights when you are within 500 feet of A, an oncoming vehicle, B, a vehicle approaching you from behind, or C, a sharp curve or hill. Correct answer is A, an oncoming vehicle. If you are using your high beams or brights, then you must turn off your high beams when you encounter another oncoming vehicle within 500 feet. If you don't, you'll essentially be blinding the other driver with extreme bright lights, and why would you ever want to blind someone who is approaching you head on at a high rate of speed? More people have been choosing the incorrect answer B, but when you think about that wrong answer, it's even more ridiculous. Why on earth would you turn off your high beams when someone is approaching you from behind? As my grandmother used to say,
that's just plain silly talk, Elizabeth.
When sharing the road with a light rail vehicle, A, never turn in front of an approaching light rail vehicle, B, always pass a light rail vehicle slowly on the right, or C, remember that they are loud and move slowly like freight trains. Correct answer is A, never turn in front of an approaching light rail vehicle. There are many ways to safely share the road with light rail vehicles, and that includes never turning in front of an approaching light rail vehicle. Light rail vehicles may be moving more quickly than they appear and are usually not as loud as freight trains. Look for approaching light rail vehicles before you turn across the tracks, and only complete your turn if a traffic signal light indicates that you may proceed. Again, never turn in front of an approaching light rail vehicle. You want to pass a bicyclist riding on the right edge of your lane. You, A, must not squeeze past the bicyclist, B, may not pass the bicyclist for any reason, or C, must honk your horn before passing the bicyclist. The correct answer is A, must not squeeze past the bicyclist. Be patient when passing a bicyclist and pass on the left. Slow down and pass only when it is safe. Don't squeeze a bicyclist off the road, and allow a safe clearance of at least 3 feet when passing a bicyclist. And that is it. You made it. Go ahead and give yourself a nice pat on the back, a little round of applause. You made it through another one of these videos with me. The fact that you are here watching these videos just shows me how serious you are about passing your test.